in today's video, we have a little bit of a crazy one. Basically the opposite of what we normally would cover on this channel. But we have a person, aka BBW Layla, who her sole purpose is to gain weight. This is what she looked like once upon a time. So she looked in fairly, good shape. She's like, regular weight. And here's another one. You wouldn't even think this is the same person. When you look at the difference side by side, it's almost incredible, but not in a good way, for someone to go from A to B and be so happy with it. Like, you're gonna soon see, this isn't like someone that's gradually gaining weight. She is actively trying to get to over 400 pounds.
I decided I want to speed run to 400 pounds.
So in today's video, I just thought it'd be interesting. Those of you that are here watching, I'm gonna warn you, your eyes may burn, because some of these clips, they're getting to the point where it's like, yuck. Not necessarily even because of her weight. It's the stuff that she does. And the more weird bit, there are so many that really are supporting her. They're like, oh my God, babe, you look so beautiful. Gain even more. And I feel like, isn't it a bit of a worrying time where you got a good bunch of society watching someone actively feed themselves to death? It's just so foreign from the things that I know. Like, usually I always have people that are like really overweight that are looking to try and improve themselves and lose some of the weight. So when I see people like her that are like actively purposely doing the opposite, my brain can't even wrap around it. I can't even rationalize it.
Guys, I think I'm having a change of heart. Like, I don't know, this fetish thing's been fun, but I'm starting to think the haters are right, and it's just not healthy to be this big. So I'm gonna have to start a weight loss journey. As if I'm gonna get fatter and fatter until I explode.
So clearly, she's playing onto this, because I don't believe anyone's that delusional, or at least I don't believe she is, simply because she does have the dreaded link tree in the bio, and we all know what that means for the most part. It means that typically there's always an OnlyFans. So yeah, as you can see, her whole description box here this is where I'll be posting my nudes, feeding, and stuffing content. And you know what's the most sick thing? I wouldn't be surprised if more people are paying for the feedy content than the nude. And I know what some of you are probably thinking, oh my God, the fat acceptance movement is going too far. If I'm being completely honest, I don't even think that this would be classed in that realm, even though some of those people are insane. We've seen the clips of J-Bay.
Make elevators and hallways spacious to allow for easy movement of larger individuals.
We've seen the clips of some of these other ones saying they're glorifying obesity.
I am 100% glorifying obesity.
That is insane, but I think it's almost like in a different ballpark. This is different because Layla is fully aware of the health and problems and the issues in general. The difference is that she's just using it to capitalize it, and she's happy being paid to get bigger and look like this. She is trying to monitor her health, but in reality, it's not going to go hand in hand. She's too high of body fat. Like, as it stands right now, according to her, she's around 250 pounds here. I would have thought she's almost double that, if I'm being completely honest. She must be dead short. But she's at least aware of the issues. I'm not going to go heavy on the fitness thing in this video, because in reality, I think there's very little tips you can give to someone like this. She's fully aware of what she's doing. But one thing I would want to put across, one of the things about gaining a lot of weight is, have you noticed that many overweight people start looking similar in the face? And it's simply because once you gain too much excess fat, and if you carry it in your face, you lose all the distinguishing features and you start looking like other people. And if you look at her face there, I would never, if you put these side by side, I would never have thought this was the same person, because they don't even look the same, because all the excess meat on her face has basically hidden her regular bone structure to the point she looks completely different. It's mind-blowing that someone let themselves get to this situation and done it on purpose. That's the bit that's done it. Like, I can see someone going from A to B due to various mental health issues and then just spiraling out of control, but to actively purposely get to this weight and try and get even bigger, I would love to know if it is purely just for the money, or is it because she really loves being a part of this community. And here's a picture of her here, so you can kind of see what she looks like from like 2001, like 3 years ago now, when she first started to gain weight. As you can see here, yes, she is still classed as obese, but she's nowhere near as big as she is now. And the messaging she sort of kind of had in the caption, I'm guessing this was before the feedy lifestyle kicked in, is, all I hope is that I can inspire other fat girls to live their life unapologetically as I do. Please don't let your weight keep you from experiencing all the beauty in the world. And I do agree. If you're someone that's really overweight and you're actually trying, then that's fine. The difference is that what she's morphed into is a different thing. So the question, or I should say the answer I'm trying to find, is, from making this video, how did she go from like regular body positivity, which is loving the skin you're in, which I thoroughly do agree with, to full-blown feederism? Like, was she led into it? Was it the comments that started doing love eyes and stuff? how did you morph into this? This is the thing that's kind of on my mind, because even the way that's written and her personality in these older posts, it seems so different from what she's finally become. And the question is, did money do it? Was it the kink? Was it a combination of more? But yeah, you can see people here, even in other languages. Linda, aka Beautiful, a beautiful, sexy woman. Yeah, this one got a little bit more viral. It got like, what, 250,000 views. For that reason, you're gonna get more regular people. So you can see sort of vomit emojis and stuff like that. And usually, if this was just like a normal big person just living their day and you see those emojis, you'd be like, yo, y'all just being dicks. Just let her, if she wants to be that big, then cool. But because she's making the content in such a way that you're not like a regular person just living your life, you are putting out the most weirdest content and basically just trying to get any engagement you can, try and help your, your platforms blow up and you potentially gain more money. This comment here says, is the goal to be bedridden and on my 600 pounds life? I don't understand why you'd purposely play with your health like this. Me either. If being completely honest, the same way how I think this is just terrible for your health is somewhat similar to what I think about high-level bodybuilders when they're juicing up, taking mad amounts of steroids. Both are impacting your lifespan. You know what I mean? They're just in different ways. One is abusing steroids and people dying at a younger age because of it. This one is feeding yourself into an early grave. If I'm being completely honest, I'd say the bodybuilding at least a little bit better. At least you're exercising during the journey. This thing here is just pure degeneracy. I'm not even discussing at the weight itself. It's the mindset of trying to actively get bigger and then play off this weird community. And I am calling it weird. I know everyone has their kinks and everyone has their thing. You shouldn't judge. I'm judging. And when it comes to content like this, to be completely honest, I do think it should be banned. Like, I'm not really one for like, censoring content heavy, but I do think this, to me, should fall under self-harm. Because even though I hope it's like 1 in a billion, not 1 in a million, 1 in a billion, if this influence any young, like chubby, unoverweight person to go into this line of work, because I don't think the content should be allowed to be shown to the public. If you want to do something like this, put it all behind a paywall, behind Patreon, your OnlyFans, whatever it is. I don't think you should be able to post this sort of content, which is clearly self-harm. Especially if we're going down the route that the main thing with this feederism thing is a sexual kink, then that's even more reason why it shouldn't be on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, any of those platforms. An interesting thought I just had, and I don't know, feel free to let me know in the comments. Are there many in the feederism realm that are men that do this? Like men that are getting bigger? And I'm specifically going to say straight men. As in, if it's like gay men, then it's not going to count, because then if men are the main people driving you, they're always going to do it. Same way how men will always chase any woman. Gay men obviously are going to be like normal men. They're just going to chase anything they find attractive. So is there a realm where women pay often to feed many men? That's something I just popped into my head randomly. But when it comes to this topic as a whole, one of the reasons I want to address it is because on some of the recent videos I've been making, we're talking about like people getting in shape and overweight and underweight and all that kind of stuff. I've had the odd comment where someone says, these people are just living their lives. It's none of our business to more or less critique or talk about them anyway. And I do agree in some instances and then also fully disagree in others. So where I agree with that is if you're talking about some stranger on the street, then yeah, I wouldn't walk up to them and start giving them random health advice because you don't know them. However, when people get on their platform and talk about this or promote certain aspects of their lifestyle which relates to their weight, of course people should be allowed to say things and weigh in, because that's what society does. When you don't, that's when you start getting stupid things running wild. These huge brands say stupid things like there's health at any size. You got Cosmopolitan posting magazines saying that super obesity is still healthy. Things like that, when they go run wild, you don't put them in check, they just get worse because they take an inch and then they take a mile and they just go further and further. But yeah, people started taking more liberties, and the way that I see is that I've said it in other videos, as a society to run effectively and properly, we do need people to push back. And I truly believe that we do need stigma in society, because it somewhat keeps us in check. When everything becomes normal and everything's the norm, people start running wild. So if you have somewhat level of stigma, at least about certain topics, this is when some of them can't get too out of hand, because it's going to be some regular people like, yeah, I think that's a bit too much. And hopefully that will deter others from doing it. Whereas anyone could do any and everything, what's going to happen then? And let me know if you made it to the end of this video, because I will not blame some of you if some of the visuals just put you away, because my stomach at some points wasn't feeling too good. And if you want to see more videos similar to getting in shape or talking about some of these topics, be sure to check out these videos here.